Okay, let's start. We already 3 minutes passed. Okay, so since yesterday we are discussing about the SAP installation. SAP installation means just building the SAP system, building a new brand new house. We are building a new house means SAP installation means we are creating a new SAP system to work to start. After the installation, we need to start the administration activities. For that reason, so we have done the SAP installation with SWPM tool. This is the SAP tool which provides the installation, and we can do with this tool, we can do the installations, and some other usage is there. So we can do that one. Also, we can add the additional application server also using the SWPM tool. Additional application server means additional application server. So whenever you do the SAP installation, by default means the default after the installation, so you will get the two instances you will get. Whenever you build the SAP, one SAP system, so you will get the two instances. So that two instances are called the primary application server. Why we have just we can call it as the application server also. We can call like application server, right, sir? Why we have P in front of AS means P means primary, which means the first we are installing this application server, right? So whenever you do the SAP installation first time, you will get the one primary application server, one ASCS instance you will get. ASCS instance, one primary application server, one ASCS instance you will get. After that, if you want to install new additional application server, so additional application server, if you want to install additional that we will call it as the AAS, right? So additional application server, that you will get only one application server. Means primary both are same. PAS, the functionality, the usage, everything is same. The usage of the functionality of the PAS and AS same. But only thing is, first we are installing the primary application server. Then after that, second, third, fourth, fifth, you can install it. Then those are called the additional application servers. Means here, when you install the additional application server, then you will get only one application server only. But here, when you install the first time, you will get the additionally ASCS, ABAP System Central Services you will get. So normally, what is this? What is the difference between both here, right? Primary application server and additional application server here. So here, whenever you are installing the SAP system means one brand new house you are building. One brand new house you are building here, right? One brand new house we are building here. So which means after the building the new house, who will stay inside of the home? Family members, right? Same as like here in SAP also, they are the SAP family members. So family members will stay inside of the home here. Family members means, so we cannot call it as the family members. In our layman language, we can call it as the family members. In SAP language, these are called the SAP work process here. SAP work process here. So we have the family member, we have the father, mother, like there is a number, right? Here also SAP, whenever you do the SAP installation, you will get the 7 work process you will get here. 7 work process you will get here. The 7 names are like, we have the one formula like D, V, E, B, M, G, S. So here D means so dialogue. D means dialogue work process. Then V means update work process, right? So E means NQ work process here. So NQ work process here. NQ work process here, right? Then B means the background work process, right? So then M means message server here. Then G means the gateway work process here. S means the spool. In the printing purpose, we will use the spool process. Like this, you will get the 7 core process. You will get 7 family members. You will get after the SAP installation. After the SAP installation, you will get the 7 family members. You will get in the SAP here. So these family members will stay, or these family members will run in the SAP. But sir, you mentioned that we have the two instances here, primary application server and additional application server. Then we have the 7 process means. Sir, what is the difference between these two? How can I remember? Why? Because as soon as you done the SAP installation, you will get the SAP MMC. So in the desktop for Windows based systems, so in the desktop you will get the SAP MMC, SAP Management Console. That is the one icon you will get in the SAP. Whatever the SID you do the installation, in that SID you see whatever the SID you installation, in that SID you will get the so two instances here, right? Whatever the instance number you selected, you will get the so two instances will created by default. In that, so one is the ASCS instance, second one is the primary application server. Sir, how can I remember which one is the side? Why? Because here you can see here under the one SID, SAP SID means SAP system means SID you are installing either NWD or NDD or ECD, ECP, whatever the system SID you are giving, you are installing the new SAP system you are installing. New SAP system you are doing the SAP system installation. Means SAP installation means you will get the two instances you will get. This is the one, this is the one. In that one is the primary application server, second one is the your ASCS instance. Sir, how can I remember? Based upon the instance number. When the time of the installation, you are giving the instance number, right? For one is the two instance numbers you are giving. So same as like based upon the instance numbers, we can see. Otherwise, if you expand this one, you will see the message server, NQ server is one place, and in the other places you have the remaining process here. Other place you have the remaining process here. Remaining process means we have the DIA, dialogues, update, background, spool. Then remaining all are the so gateway. So we have the remaining 5 process are available. Remaining 5 are available in the here. So sir, how can I? What is the difference here? Means where message server MQ server is running, where message server MQ server is running, that is called the ASCS instance, ABAP system central services, where M plus E are running, message server MQ server is running, that is called the ASCS instance. Then one is the ASCS instance means second one is the application server means that is called the PAS or AAS. Every PAS or a additional application servers we have the common process like remaining 5 process. So dialog, update, background, gateway, spool. These are the 5 SAP work process. Why? Because why SAP mentioned like work process means work plus process. This process, these guys will carry out the most of the work. These guys will carry out the most of the work of the SAP here. It will process the your request, your logic. So that's why we have the so 5 work process are plus 2 here. Then total 7 work process are available here in SAP, right? This will carry out the your user request here, right? So each work process has separate responsibility. In our family also we have the father as separate responsibility, mother, right, child's other family members. Each family member has separate responsibility to carry out the work, right? Same as like here in the SAP application server also here we have the so separate responsibility to complete the work here, right? So here each work process will do their work only. It will not take the other work process related work. Why? Because its code is written internally to carry out only that work only here. Why? Because I'm a basis consultant means I need to handle only basis related activity. Security means only security related things I have to handle it. Developer, development related. Yeah, I'm the developer. If I want to do the system upgrade means it's not our scope. It's not your scope to do. So then, so it's not the design, right? It's not the design here. Design is you have to perform your responsibility only here. So that is the SAP side. You will get this 7 work process. Each work process has own responsibility, dedicated responsibilities to carry out the so work in the SAP system here, right? So along with this one, along with the primary application server and everything here, we will get the some of the process, some of the services called the so dispatcher, then ICM plus IGS, IGSWD. So these are the 3 additional process you will get. It's not like the 7 work process SAP related. These 3 are the additional services. Additional services. If you go to the process list here, here we have the dispatcher, IGS, IC man, and ICM, right? So here we have the gateway, and so DAI means dialogue, multiple dialogue work process, updates, and BTC spool update. So why we have the multiple dialogues means, so I will tell you here the responsibility of the dialogues are very high. So that is the reason it will handle. That is the reason we have the multiple dialogue process here, right? So we can also increase it. By default, we will get it out. We want, we can increase it. We want, we can reduce it here. So, but while increasing, while decreasing, each work process will occupy the certain amount of memory and CPU, right? How the, so inside of the family, inside of the home, so we are family members, right? For us, food and water is must and should, right? For us, food and water is must and should for the, so for living, right? So to run the operations or anything, food and water is very important in our day-to-day activities, right? For work process also, like we compare the work process like family members, how the food is for them. So what they will eat here. For each and every work process in SAP or other side, it will eat the certain amount of memory, and water is like CPU. Memory is like a food. Water is like a CPU here. So if you don't have memory or CPU, what will happen? So suppose if we don't have the food and water, what will happen? We will go to the sick status. Then we will not do the our responsibilities, right? Same as like here also in SAP, if we do SAP also, the 7 process does not have enough food and memory, then what will happen? The process which are performing their day-to-day operations, it will not carry out those operations. So it will go to the sick status. If the process is not working, definitely we may face the multiple issues. Means users, it will not take the user request will not be processed, the logic will not happen, then user order, he cannot book his order and everything, something like that it will happen, right? So that is the, so other plate we can do that one. But the coming to the after the installation, you will get the 7 core work process, you will get it out. So then 2 plus 7, 5 plus 2, you will get it out. But each and every additional application server per SID, per SID, per system, we have one ASCS, then one application server, then one database, then based upon the load, you can go with the additional application server. Multiple application server you can install it. But ASCS is only one and DB is only one. Then application servers we can install. So multiple application servers we can install it here. That depends upon the load. When you install the new application server, only this part will come, not this part. Only this part will come. Means application servers related dispatcher, IGS, gateway, and in the work process table, we have the remaining work process will come into the picture here, right? So this part will come here, right? This is the after the installation, 2 instances will come. It will in the green status here. It is in the green status here. Along with this work process here, they are the multiple users. Multiple users also will be created during the installation. That is called the default. Default means it will come as part of the installation. That is called the default users. Here OS level, then SAP level, then DB level, the users will come, right? OS level. OS level means OS level for as a basis consultant to perform the administration level activities at operating system level. Sometimes we may have to perform the some activities set to OS level, not the application level. So that time we have to use the SID ADM user, then SAP services SID users will be created, then the passwords which we have to give it during the installation time, then those people, those OS level users will carry out the OS level work, OS level administration activities. We have to do it with these users. SAP level, we will get the two users to log into the SAP system. One is the SAP star, the second one is the DDIC user. DB level also DB SID ADM user. If you give the same SID, then that is fine. If you're giving the different SID for the database, then then DB SID ADM user will be created here. Why we have these users means OS level to perform the operating system level administration activities. We have the SID ADM, then SAP services SID, DB SID ADM. To SAP level to log into the and any other activities you want to perform SAP level. Why? Because as soon as you done the installation, system will be created, then you want to log into the SAP system, then you don't have any user. Then that time, how will you log into the SAP system here? By using these users, by using the default two users, you will use it to perform the SAP to log into the SAP system here. Along with the default users, along with the default instances, we will also get the SAP level, the client concept. To default clients you will get default. Why? Because this will happen, this will be created during the installation time. We will only get giving the inputs and just we are living. But what is happening in the back end? We should be know, right? SAP system is getting created. SAP means two instances here. SAP means there the two default users are creating here. Default users set to three layers wise. Why? Because SAP is the three-tier architecture. In the three layer, three users are three different set of users are getting created. Now SAP level, we have the two default clients will be created. So client means SAP level, other applications we don't have anything, right? If you see the Salesforce, if you see the some other Oracle application, some other, we don't have any client concept here. Directly we can log in, we have the tabs. We have the tabs are there, we can use the options, we can carry out the application related activities we can carry out. But here in the SAP level, you will get the default clients. Default clients, you will get it out here. So these default clients, so to run the business, we need a client in SAP system. To run the business, to save your business data, definitely you need a client in SAP here. In that client, we have to save our business data here. The client number should be 000 to 000, which means any number in between you can give it and you can run your business data here. Then, but during the installation, you will get the two default clients, 000 and 001, two default clients. You will get it out to carry out the work, to perform the work. Two default clients, you will get it out. One is the 000, 001. In this client, we have to log in, and in this client, we have to log in with the username is any one of the SAP level username. We have to use it. Then we need to start working on that one here. Right, sir? How to log in then SAP level? Now we have built the system. Then how to log into the SAP systems? How to log into the SAP systems here? Then what is the one here? To log into the SAP system, here we need to use the SAP logon pad. So with your user, you will get the SAP logon pads here. In your user, you will get the SAP logon pads. SAP logon pad, you will get it out here. So if you are unable to see here in the desktop icon, normally you know, right? Go to the here, then go to the search bar here, just type like SAP, then logon pad you will get from SAP here. SAP logon pad means SAP GUI. To log into the SAP system, to log into the SAP application server, to launch the SAP application server, we need SAP GUI, SAP GUI, where SAP GUI is required in our desktops. SAP GUI or SAP logon pad, both are same, just only the way we are speaking is different. Logon pad or SAP GUI required to log into the SAP. This is the SAP GUI here. For you, you will get the, so empty, sorry, empty request, you will get it out here. Here, you need to add the systems here. You need to add the systems. You need to add the SAP systems here. You need to add the SAP systems here. How to add those SAP systems here? This is also one of the important thing here. How to add the SAP systems into the SAP logon pad here, right? Just click on the create. Whenever you open it, you will get the click on the create new option here, right? Click the new connection here. Click on the next button here. Here you can see connection type, application server or group server selection, means message server selection. No, group application server, custom application server or message server selection. So you now we can connect to the direct application server instead of message server. We can connect it. As I mentioned yesterday, two ways we can connect to the your SAP. Two ways you can open the your SAP application server. Two ways. One is the application server direct connection type to the application server or connection type to the your message server group server selection here. Okay, so here we can connect it here. So then description means anything like it's a SAP NetWeaver development or anything, you can give it here. What is the application server? Application server means in which operating system you installed the, in which operating system you installed the SAP. So in that operating system is called the SAP application server. From here you need to go to the Windows and properties. You see the our operating system name, application server name is called the SAP Windows 2. SAP Windows 2 here. Then just to provide the SAP Windows 2. What is the instance number? Why? Because you see, whenever you do the installation, you will get the two instances here. One is the message server NQ server. We can also directly connect to the message server NQ server, or we can also connect to the application server also here. Application server also we can connect it here. Right? Application server also we can connect it here. So for this one, what is the instance number? 20. You can see 2021 means application server we are connecting. We need to give the 20. 20 is the instance number here. Then 20. Then what is the SID? NWD. NWD or NDD, whatever you have done the installation, or you all can connect to the this system here. Then click on the next button, finish. Then you see one system got added.
Sorry, sir. Sripad here. Sir, what is that SAP router string?
Router string is not required when you are giving the access to the publicly. That time we need to set the router string when you have to give it. But this is the optional. It's not required to give it. Router string means, so by giving this one, you are publicly you are giving the access to the everybody. Public means publicly you are giving the access to everybody, which means, so you don't need to log into the my server, so remote server. You can also install the SAP logon pad on your local desktop, laptops, your phone or wherever. So then you no need to connect to the my remote server. Directly you can access the SAP by using this parameter. That time publicly I am allowing, right? So that time I need to maintain the some router, SAP router strings I have to maintain in my local network to access you people to my server. That time I can give the router string. But you cannot access due to the some security reasons. The company people will not allow you to access the system publicly. You need to connect to the client server or VPN, some other client server desktops. You need to connect it. Then from there you have the you can access to the their SAP systems. But
Okay.
so it's not allowed. They will not allow. But because it is
So router string means router IP address in
yeah,
case.
router, there is some small configurations we have to perform it, so that from anywhere without you connecting to the your remote application, remote Windows server, RDP server, without you no need any VPN or nothing. Directly you can access the SAP systems.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So now what you guys are doing? You guys are accessing the my remote server. My remote server 3392 IP address you are accessing. From there, you have the SAP login pad. You are accessing. Your logging means you are in the my network zone. Your all connections you are in the my network zone. So you can able to access it here, right? So then once the connection is created here, just click on the logon button. Then you can launch the SAP application server. You can launch the SAP application screen. You will get like this. SAP application server you will get here. Suppose if you miss something, you are giving the very wrongly means instead of 20, you given the 21, but you have not changed this one, then you have saved the connection. If you click on the keep on button, then this will give the error message saying that you have incorrect connection, something like that. So correct details you have to provide it. So you have provided the correct SID, but the instance number is the different or SID is the differently you have given, then that will give the trouble. Instead of 2, you given the 1, then click on the OK button, then that will give the that messages here. It will go to the different systems here. Whatever the system, so this is connecting to the different system. ECP production system it is connecting.
Sir, hi, sir. Sai here.
Yes.
Yeah, here we have two instances, right? You took as a 20 only. Why 21 left it with?
That's what I'm explaining, right? So if you want to connect through message server, if you want to connect to the message server, we can connect to the message server. This is the one way. So I don't want to connect to the message server. I have only one application server. If I connect to the application server, then the connection will come to the this one only. If I directly connect to the here, then connection also will come to the this one. But finally, the main thing is your work will be carried out by the application server only, this application server only. So in this case, so then what is the benefit you are getting for so connecting through message server to application server means two-step mechanism. That's why while adding the system into the SAP here, while adding the system, you will get the two connection types here. One is the custom application server, means directly connecting to the your SAP application server. Application
If
server.
we connect with the group, means message server, then we need to provide the message server instance
Host
number.
name, yes, right, exactly. Message server details, you have to provide it. So this is the presentation layer. This where you have in the SAP login pad here. In the login pad you have here. So from here, why? Because it's a middle layer is called the SAP. SAP is the middle layer. Your application layer. Normally you cannot log in. So this is the database layer. So why? Because SAP will be installed on the database itself only on top of the DB, on top of the basement. How we will build the our home, same as like here SAP we will install on top of the database here. SAP means when you do the installation, you will get the one ASCS instance and one application server instance you will get here, right? So here what will happen here, ASCS we know, ASCS two instances. ASCS means message server and queue server here. So then here you will get the application server, which means so dialog update background, so gateway spool 5 you will get, right? Here we have the additionally we have the message server ICM. There are different functionalities are available here. Here this is called the dispatcher. I can make it as a dispatcher. This one here, this is a dispatcher will stay here, dispatcher. So dispatcher, each application server we have the dispatcher, right? So here this is the application server here, this is the dispatcher here, right? So this is the dispatcher remaining here. 5 remaining 2 are available in this host itself only. Okay. So now SAP login pad. This is your SAP login pad. We can also directly connect to the application server, means dispatcher. So no, I don't want to connect to the dispatcher. I want to connect to the ASCS. Then you can also connect through the message server. But if you connect the message server will route the request to the dispatcher only. Message server will route the dispatcher, means two-way mechanism. First connection is going to the message server, means ASCS instance, then ASCS to again dispatcher. Then The connection type is the direct connection to the application server, means directly you are connecting to the dispatcher itself only. This is also possible. But which one is the preferred and recommended approach here? When you have one application server, you have only one application server here. You have only primary application server, this is fine. But tomorrow there is a load is happening, heavy load in your system, then customer or management decided go with the one more application server, means we can add the one more this type of application server in the new host or existing host, we can install it here. So that time this is the application server, same NWD, but instance number is the 22. This is the 20, this is the 20 NWD, this is the 20. Okay, this is the 20. Where is, yeah, this is the 20. So here this is the 22. Why? Because 20, 21, after that next available series is 22, right? It will take the 22 or whatever you want to fancy number, you can put your fancy number also here. So when you have the two application servers here, so if you are directly connecting to the this application server, means if something is down here, then what will happen? So you cannot log into the SAP system. You cannot log. There is a disadvantage of directly connecting to the application server. If you are directly connecting to the application server, this is down, even though this is available. Why? Because this is also listed in the SAP message server. When you are installing the new application server, that will be under list of the ASCS instance, under control of master. Master means ASCS. And this application server is also control of the master server, and this is also control of the master server here, master node. So what will happen? If the two team members, you are directly sending the email to the one of the particular team member, then he is out of office during that time, what will happen? So then, so you cannot get the response and your work will be delayed. You cannot log in, right? If you directly connect to the application server, so then it's valid. So there is a load, then there is a one more new team member, you hired it, then so then if you're directly connecting to the additional application server, he is not available, then so even though he is available free, your work will not be done, right? So here we have the two application servers, application server 1, application server 2, two application servers here. Then when you have more than one application server, SAP recommended to connect from ASCS instance. ASCS instance here. So in this case, what will happen? When you are connecting from here, then message server will check which application server, whether this one or this one having the less load. Then it will distribute the load to the here. Then when which application server is down, oh, this is down, then your request will be forwarded to the this application server. Your request will be forwarded to the this application server. Even though this is down, you will be forwarded to the here. Even though this is down, then your request will be forwarded to the here. If the both are down, then you cannot log in. If everything this is also down, then no, it cannot forward the request. So that is the case here. So in out of these two, any one of the application server is not available, then your request will be forwarded to the respective application server. In that case, if you have more than one application server, if condition apply here, if you have more than one app server, recommendation is to connect from so ASCS instance. If you have one, you can also connect it. But there is nothing will happen here, but two-step approach here. So if you have the one, either you can connect from app server, I can connect from the app server, or so message server also, it will be fine. Why? Because anyhow, you have only one application server, either you are directly connecting or ASCS instance, anyhow, all the requests will come into this application server only, right? So that is the reason. So here, that is the reason while adding the systems to your SAP logon pad, anything you can choose it here. Either group server selection also you can choose it. Then that time when you click this button, Now you see application server name, instance number. When you choose the group server selection, then you have the message server details. Message server details you have. You need to give the message server details and instance number, all that details you have to give it. So SAP is giving the two options in the SAP Logon Pad. SAP Logon Pad is the one of the small desktop software which we have to install in our desktops or local laptops. To log into the SAP system, you need SAP Logon Pad or SAP GUI is required. Sir, how can I get this one? So it's available in your desktop already. So it we can with this we can download it from the service marketplace same. Then just you can go to the SAP softwares. So then go to the presentation. Here GUI you need to go, one zip file will be downloaded, you need to extract it. Then you will get the this folders Windows, then Win32 here. Just to use the setup all.exe. Setup all.exe, you will get it out. Then we can install the SAP GUI, SAP graphical user interface or SAP Logon Pad. So both are same, just the way of wording is different, but the both are different. Then you can just click on the next button. So what you want to install it, SAP GUI 5 Windows, you want to install it. Then select this button, then click on the maybe select this button, click on the next. Then see SAP Logon Pad is getting installed. Like this we have to install it. If you install in one system, that is applicable for the all the users, then you will also get the why, because you all are using the same operating system, same my remote server you are using. So you will get the access here, you will get the, so that will be added to the your desktop. If you log into the system, there is a desktop icon. Then from there, one time if you add it, it will be saved. Then just what you need to do, you need to create the connection to the your SAP system. If you have the hundreds of SAP system, then definitely you need to connect to the hundreds of SAP systems, you need to add it. So that you can go to the here, then provide the description here, then application server name means where you installed it, instance number. So maybe I can give 20. So this application server name is 2021, or we have the ECD also available, ECD. This application server instance number is the 0202. So then I can give the 02 here, right? SID is the ECD. Look, you have to correctly give the SID field SID, instance number field instance number, application server field application server. This router string is not, it's not mandatory. Just click on the next button. Here you have that, it will ask the SNC name, GUI settings, and you can just ignore it. You can use the default option. Then if you have preferred languages, any language you want to open it, then you can select the any language, Thai or Spanish. If any language you are from any different countries, then you can use the different languages, you can use it. Default English will be there, so it will use the your operating system keyboard, it will use it. So if you want to dedicatedly you want to use French, German, any language, you can use it here, right? Just click on the finish button, the request is added here. If you double click it or click on the login button, your SAP screen is opened here. You will get the SAP application like this. You will get the SAP application here, right? SAP application, you will get it out from here. So here to log into the SAP system here, what you need to do here. So here by default, you will get the two clients here. One is the 000 or 001. So here client number is the very important here. Client number is very important here. Why? Because so SAP, we will get the two clients here. 000, 001. These are the master clients. Why? Because during the installation time, we are doing this client installation, then we will get the master clients, then master data you will get, SAP standard data, we will get it out from the SAP. So here you can choose the master client, then this wording also we can keep it, we can change it, but temporarily I have given this one. Then you can just log in with your DDIC or SAP star, you can log in with the password, whatever the password you have given during the installation time. So we can use it, that password also here, right? So whatever the user ID, password, SAP star DDIC. Initially, As soon as your initially this is completed, means initially your work is initially once the SAP system is installed, then you can log into the SAP system by using SAP Star or DDIC. Why? Because we don't have any other users. Why? Because during the installation time, we will get only two users, either SAP Star or DDIC. Default clients 000, 001. Either any one of the client you have to use it. Each client you will get the two users. Either 000 you will get the two users, 001 you will get the two users. Any client you can open initially first time, just open it. Then this is the SAP home page here. This is the SAP home page here. Here SAP level, SAP is the transaction code based concept. SAP is the transaction code based concept here. It's not like that other application. If you take the Zoom application, Zoom, we have the multiple tabs are there, multiple sub tabs are there, multiple buttons are there to join the meeting. This is the Zoom application. But SAP application is not like the tabs based concept here. It's not the URL based concept. It's a transaction code based concept here, which means here this is the OK code. This is the home page of the SAP. After you log into the SAP here, right? So here you need to use the 001 and everything. Then DDIC user, SAP Star DDIC user, any user you can use it, and password you can log into the SAP system here. This is our NWDD system. Then this is the home page here. Any product, any SAP system from here onwards, it's a common activities here. Then here in this box, this is called the OK code box. That is called the OK code. That is called the OK code box here. In this box, we have to enter the SAP transactions here, SAP transaction codes here. So normally not only you, basis people along with we and security, end users, and the HR. So everybody, manufacturing department people or sales department people, so finance department. So different people, they will have the number of transaction codes here. We have the separate transaction codes, security separate, ABAP separate, their transaction codes. In SAP, you want to go with this one, you need to enter the basis related transaction codes here. As soon as installation is done, we need to add to the SAP logon pad. You need to add to the SAP logon pad. Then you need to log into the SAP system. Log into the SAP system with SAP Star or DDS, any user with the password. Then you will get this screen. In this screen, you need to enter the transaction codes here. Transaction code. So for what is this transaction code means? Transaction code is shortcut to your business application. Shortcut to your business application means if you execute the one transaction code here, your respective business page will be opened. Suppose so for your first execute the as soon as installation is completed. First transaction code is called the SICK. Okay, click on the enter button here. Then you will see the one more page. You got it here. SICK is the transaction code to check the consistency check. Consistency check means your system has reported any errors here. After the installation, any errors, then first transaction code we need to use the SICK transaction code here. That is what you need to enter. So first what you have to do, so you need to add the SAP systems into your SAP logon pad. Then just to double click it or select the icon, login, then you will get the SAP screen here. Here, just to go to the any one of the client, then DDIC user either 000 or 001, then you can just enter the password, you will get the SAP screen here. Then here you can enter the transaction code SICK, your business page will be opened here. Okay, that is what you need to do it here. This is the assignment for you guys. Everybody login, everybody you need to connect to the, need to open the SAP MMC, then check NWD system, then what is the, you need to connect to the application server. Then I will show you We will install the one more additional application server, then we will connect to the message server also here. This test also we will do it, but for now basic thing, just connect to the its application server host, then its instance number and SID, log into the SAP system, then execute the so one transaction code here, then send me the screenshot of this one. In this way you have completed your assignment for today. Don't do anything, just only up to here we can perform it. We will do it remaining activities. So, but first basic thing is very important, how to add the systems into the SAP login pad. Then after that, how to log into the SAP system. These two things are very important for each and every basic questions here. So these two things are very important. We'll go slowly. So I need everybody so who are joining, and so please so execute up to here, then send me the screenshot. In this way I can confirm you guys are able to log in and are doing the practice. Who don't have the user IDs, just to ping me. I can help you to create the user IDs and everything. Okay.